45 seconds, Joe.
Okay, I need another cheese.
What's that?
Hungry.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I told MRN, like, I don't have very much hair in the first place, but what I had left was going to be gray.
What was the attraction to Evel with all the moms?
I never have figured that out. I know one thing. There's no aphrodisiac in the world like danger to women. That's just all there is to it.
What are you doing, man? I don't care about getting your ass kicked, but all these people are looking at your wife and her freaking bra and her panties.
Oh, that's true, but also she's flexing while doing it.
Try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious. Here's the Freaks.
Well, Freak Nation, 25 years plus of doing Speed Freaks. And in those 25 years, we've lost a hell of a lot of important people here in the Freak Nation. And one being Ace Frehley over the past week. Founding guitar member with Paul Stanley, Peter Criss, and Gene Simmons of Kiss. Rock in peace, Ace Frehley. There were many dudes my age that tried to emulate you by burning up their pants, trying to light their guitars on fire with lighter fluid. Damn you! Which, by the way, Crasher, bring up one of those. Bring up the Kiss Dragster real quick before we go any further.
Which one?
Yeah.
I got to. Oh wait, that one doesn't have a top on it.
It's
But
all
here,
right.
yeah, hold that. And I'll get this.
Yeah. Right. Tied in with Talladega Motorsports back in the day.
Neither one of them have
Look
a
at
top.
that. Well, that's all right. Damn, they get the gist of it, man. Kiss freaking instrumental in a lot of things that, again, men and women my age or younger, and the significance of losing Ace Frehley, man, isn't lost on a lot of folks. So, Freak Nation, we'll do it in his honor tonight. Here's for you, Ace, here in the Freak Nation, Lucas Oil Studios. Crash Gladys, Kenny Sargent, Richard C. Suave, Cole Cusimano's here. We may see the face of birthday boy, big ass Cody Johnson. We just might. There he is. Attaboy. Making us look so damn pretty here in the Freak Nation. Yes, you saw it right there at the top of the show. We're going to have Rinus Veekay here in the Freak Nation. IndyCar Series pilot who joined forces with another team for 2026. And according to a lot of folks in IndyCar, this is significant because this dude is just a badass driver waiting to happen. And now he's with a team that's a step up from Dale Coyne Racing. Wouldn't you say, Crasher?
Yes, but here's the deal. This is a team, Juncos Hollinger Racing, who he just signed with, and he's been with. He's won championships with them in the feeder series, who has tried to compete at the top level consistently, and they are now investing a lot in order to do so. And one of the ways is to bring in a pilot like Rinus Veekay. They have a history with him. He's got massive talent and speed. So they are going to step it up. What the Juncos Hollinger Racing that you've seen in the past is probably not going to be existing come 2026. You're going to see a whole different ballgame.
All right, so Rinus Veekay will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Plenty from your NASCAR Cup Series winner from Talladega. Chase Briscoe will be here in the Freak Nation, and Cole Cusimano will find out firsthand. Well, he found out firsthand again. Cole, we don't need 30 minutes on this, but the benefit of Speed Freaks Mojo is real, right?
Speed Freaks Mojo is very real. If you missed Horsepower Hump Day this week, we aired my interview with Chase Briscoe from out here in Schnepp Farms, and he went on to win at Talladega, as you said. And also, Michael McDowell last week on the show won the pole for Talladega. So SpeedFreaks mojo, it's very real.
It is real.
So if you did not interview Chase Briscoe last week, he wouldn't have won today.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, would have been Kyle Larson.
Yep.
Yeah, good point. That's how we roll here in the Freak Nation. And you also saw it at the Open. There was a significant birthday on Friday, not Cody Big Ass Johnson. Okay, Cody Big Ass Johnson had his birthday on Friday, and he found out that the legend, a gentleman who I molded a portion of my life after. Well, I tried. You can't mold your life after Evel Knievel. Come on. But you want to be as badass as the dude when you're 12 years old. The significance of Evel Knievel, we will share with you why we're going to feature an interview from 23 years ago of Evel Knievel here in the Freak Nation.
So you did determine it was 2002?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And my goodness, we, as a group, were horrible interviewers. But it doesn't matter when you got Evel Knievel here in the Freak Nation, when he's talking about prostitutes and telling people to shut up and telling them how bad other act. It's awesome. It's just greatness. So be sure you stick around for that, Freak Nation. I will ask you this before we get into some Chase Briscoe conversation. Talladega, weren't you entertained, Freak Nation? Were you not freaking entertained? What if we went into Talladega next year, year after that, and it really didn't mean as much as it does right now with this playoff configuration? Just let that sit there for a little bit, Freak Nation. Chase Briscoe, your winner from Talladega, and he gets a little excited in the post race. I'm more excited to see Chase Briscoe get excited than really I was, Richie, for him winning the damn race.
He, according to him, in his post-race, you're going to hear from him exactly here, I think, in the next segment. But I have never seen or heard a teammate that was more of, it was like a bro fest. It was a straight up bro fest between Chase Briscoe and, of all people, Ty Gibbs.
Whoa.
Ty did not expect to hear that from Chase Briscoe after the race. So we're going to hear from Chase Briscoe coming up and spending a good 45 seconds heaping all the praise on the Nepo baby himself, Ty Gibbs. Yeah.
Ow.
What a change of situations we've had from Ty Gibbs over the past month, eh?
Hey, how many weeks ago was Ty Gibbs the anti? Well, he's been the anti for a while, but I mean, with the issues that happened on track.
Yes,
it was only 3 weeks ago, right?
That was a month ago, yeah.
Yeah, 5 weeks ago at Loudon.
Oh, it was Loudon. Okay.
I think Ty Gibbs, and again, Ty Gibbs, of course, is a teammate of Chase Briscoe and Denny Hamlin. And Denny Hamlin had issues with Chase Briscoe, with Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs had issues with Denny Hamlin.
And Chase.
And Chase, that race was where? When Denny Hamlin decided to punt? Loudon. Right. And to hear Chase, are we going with that first, Richie? Are we going to go with that soundbite first, or do we want to lead up to it?
No, I mean, I was going to play in the second segment. We can play right now if we want to dive straight in. Yeah, we can do that. Cody, yeah, let's see. Let's go.
Well, the reason why he's heaping praise on teammate Ty Gibbs is
because Ty Gibbs helped push Chase Briscoe to the win at Talladega. So, Cody, I think I have it here as there we go. So this is Chase Briscoe. He talks about how in this situation where he was in his head thinking about the point situation. He was thinking, listen, if I push Bubba Wallace to the win in this race, that will help me out points-wise coming into Martinsville, and that would essentially lock me in. So he says here that, listen, I didn't necessarily think I was going to win this race, but I did because of Ty Gibbs.
Was truthfully just trying to push Bubba to the win. I did not want William to win. If Larson won, that was kind of best case scenario out of playoff guys, but was really just trying to push Bubba to the win. I feel like that was going to be the best thing for me, and I don't know really what happened there on the bottom lane, but was able to kind of push Bubba out far enough, and then was able to make a move, and the 54 came with me, and Ty was the whole reason I won the race. He was just extremely committed to me from the get-go, and really did a good job of keeping me up tight to Bubba so I could keep pushing him along. And then when I made a move, Ty went with me and was just really selfless in the fact of he's going for his first win and could have easily tried to make a move or did something different, and he pushed me to the win. So just an incredible team effort, and just I can't thank Ty enough.
So
Yeah, he sounds.
Oh,
he
boy.
sounds.
Interesting.
He sounds exactly like a paid actor there, if I've ever seen one.
That's what I was
Doesn't he?
thinking.
Does he not? Like that sound. That sounds just like. That sounds like it was a company line that was that Joe Gibbs got on the radio after the race and was like, "Hey, can you say nice things about my grandson, Chase? He really needs it. He's been in a bad spot lately. He's gotten a lot of crap from everybody in the media. So can you give him a little sprinkle? Can you just say nice things about him to help him feel a little bit better?" That's what that was for me.
So if Loudon never happened in the way that it did, if Ty Gibbs wasn't the villain post Loudon with both of his teammates, Denny and Chase, and if that didn't turn into such a media to-do, would this even be a thing right now? Because would Ty have maybe pulled out?
No, because then Ty was just doing his job and doing the pushing. So that's the only reason we're talking about that, because he was such a freaking brat a month ago.
Right. Would he have pulled out and tried to win that race? But now he's calmer, Ty. Now he has to be the team player.
That could be it. I think it's more so what Richie was referring to. Like it sounds like it was like a handed down order to the team mates. Like, when you win, make sure you credit Ty. We want to get him back in the good graces of the media. And the funniest thing was, like, that was the first words out of Chase Briscoe's mouth on the front stretch for his interview. "Oh man, Ty Gibbs, can't thank him enough. Great teammate."
So yeah, what we just saw there was a double down on it.
Yeah.
So the first thing out of his mouth to TV was great teammate, and then we just witnessed the double down. Oh, I can't say it enough. Again and again and again and again.
See, if I was, and again, you can't plan this stuff, but if I was the producer, I would say, Marty or whoever's down in the pits, let's go to Denny Hamlin. And said, Denny Hamlin is Ty Gibbs, one of the greatest teammates you've ever had in there, my friend. No comment. No comment.
Or true, if somebody was in Marty's ear, whoever was doing the Victory Lane interview,
right,
who was in their ear saying, "Well, can you ask him about 5 weeks ago? Because, how did they become besties all of a sudden?"
Yep. Freak Nation, coming up, we got news when it comes to sprint car racing and high limit racing on Brad Sweet that you don't want to miss. We'll get to that coming up. Also, Rinus Veekay, IndyCar Series pilot, making a whole lot of noise, and it might just be because his wife is a world champion, undefeated kickboxer and boxer. That might be the reason why. Plus, Evel Knievel. It's all coming up right here. Speed Freaks Pits and delay. 3, 2, 1. The Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
Lowe's knows you want to spend less time shopping and more time on the job site. Bulk savings on trusted brands means big savings and more time on the job. Get up to 25% off select drywall when you buy in bulk. Buy more and save to make sure you're prepared for any job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Selection varies by location.
Hey, listen, are you a 50-year-old person looking for term life insurance? Then you need to talk to Bob. Bob specializes in helping people find $1 million or more of term life insurance for a couple of $100 a month. Look, you need to know there's a price war in the term life insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call Bob, and he'll shop and see how much money he can save you. Look, this could be the last term life insurance policy you ever have. Your rates are guaranteed for the next 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rates for the next 20 years. And if you're a smoker or your health is not perfect, Bob has great rates for you too. So for $1 million of term life insurance coverage for a couple of $100 a month, call Bob right now. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. That's 800-890-5075. Paid for by Term Direct.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
You know, Freak Nation, we were up in Payson, Arizona, which is about 90 minutes north of Phoenix, Arizona, and I walked into a Maverick fuel station to grab me some quick bites as I am filling up that fine hot rod of mine, and I noticed they had a full freaking shelf of Lucas Oil products. To find out what you can purchase off the shelf from Lucas Oil, go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com. A line of products to keep your two-wheel, four-wheel, your boat all fat and happy. Go to lucasoil.com. Coming up, Rinus Veekay will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. IndyCar Series pilot, changing teams, and it's significant. We'll get to that. Also, I've got, I haven't officially named it yet. You guys remember the wrestler, Sergeant Slaughter?
Yes.
Right? Well, you don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
No. Early mid 90s. Yeah.
I was going to play off of that, like a slaughter by Sergeant, because when I come up with these rants, I just needed a name. So I didn't want to dive too deep into it because we might get sued because of copyright.
Yeah, let's not do that.
All right. But I've got a rant, a freaking Sergeant rant when it comes to Formula One moving to Apple. Some of you might be surprised. Some of you won't.
Are you upset?
Oh, I'll let you know, Freak Nation. Brad Sweet, 6-time high limit World of Outlaw champion. Is that right?
I believe
Six-time?
that's correct.
Correct.
6-time champion.
Yeah. It's a combo. Just a freaking badass. The big cat announces his full-time retirement, meaning he'll probably choose some spot races to jump back into, but full-time on the High Limit Tour, he's announced his retirement for 2026. A longtime friend of the Freak Nation. What's that?
And we've got some video.
What's that? We have video?
Play it.
We do. Let's go.
Racing has been my whole life.
Oh, dang.
Walking away from driving full-time. It's not easy. But I know this. I gave it everything I had, every lap, every season, every championship. This isn't goodbye to racing. It's just the end of a chapter behind the wheel full-time. I will still be around supporting this sport we all love and giving back as much as I possibly can to the next generation. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a hard watch.
Oh, my gosh. And his girl is there just helping him out. Holy cow. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Oh, standing O for Brad Sweet. This basically happened an hour before we went on. And that emotion is not very old. Wow. He knew that he was going to retire. People in the business knew, but I think we were all shocked when we got the news. So, yeah, for him to be that emotional, well, obviously, that's his life. Mm-hmm. His life is dirt racing. The good news is he is going to be around, but I think this is, you always say you want the good guys to go out when they're on top, and Brad's been on top for basically a decade. So he is going out on top, even though he's not the champion this year. By the way, congratulations to Rico Abreu. But he's still, he's got the legacy. He owns the series. He and Kyle Larson together. So there's still a lot of business to do, and you're going to see him all around.
Brad Sweet, again, been coming in here for 25 years when he was running with Mopar. Before he jumped into NASCAR, he was, again, running with, I think, Brady Bacon at the time, when they're both sponsored by Mopar. And it's great to see that emotion. I think it's also part of our 25-year history is that's what we want from drivers, people in motorsports, lifestyle. We want emotion. Steve Kinser, would he have done that? No. Danny Lazowski? No. But Brad Sweet, we appreciate his emotions. I mean, his baby girl's right there, man. And Casey Kane, I don't know how Casey Kane just didn't freaking fold at the knees standing next to him, man.
Casey's standing there going, oh, God, who's my next driver going to be?
Oh. Like, wow.
Who's going to fill the seat? I got to get moving.
Love that. Again, getting to Talladega, Freak Nation, Chase Briscoe, your winner. He's moving on. We're going to see him in Phoenix running for the championship. Him and Denny Hamlin. But those are the only two that are locked in at this point, right? Have any rules changed in the last 30 minutes, Freak Nation?
No DQs. We're all good. It's only Denny and Chase for right now, locked in. Chase Briscoe, not Elliott. He's way down in the rankings.
So Chase Briscoe, again, moving on to Phoenix for the championship hunt. First time, of course, that he's ever gotten this close. And when I saw him win again, I know his relationship with Tony Stewart. You know that Tony Stewart quietly has got to be saying, awesome. Awesome totally. For Chase Briscoe. Because, again, he ran in the Cup Series with Tony Stewart, and that when Tony Stewart hired him to run the Cup car, you talk about some dude who wanted to cry. I think he might have on our show, was Chase Briscoe, right?
Yeah. Didn't he have Tony Stewart stuff all in his bedroom?
Yeah.
When he was growing up? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
An Indiana guy, so... Yeah, he made a big deal of that when he got his number, drove for his team. Yep. So it's good to see how far he's come down in the Cup Series. Yes.
All right, so Chase Briscoe, Richard C. Squavi, we got more from him, sharing some insight to this Talladega race.
It was a stressful finish. If you were watching on TV, it was on Big Daddy NBC. So maybe we'll see that rating go up to 1.8 million instead of 1.4 million. We'll find out later this week. We'll let you know on Horsepower Humpday. But anyway, Chase Briscoe explained how stressful of a finish it was at Talladega on Sunday. Oh, wait, what? You don't have it? What's going on here?
Well, that's great TV.
I can read your mind, love.
Oh, I think we're missing one. So that is my bad. I'm sorry.
Richie, what do you say?
Just play this one. I don't even know what this is, but just play it. We'll find out.
Think, how do we not screw it up? We've been arguably the best team all year long, and just, especially if we have 3 shots at it, you would hope that at least one of us gets it. And, yeah, there's a lot of storylines, obviously, myself being the first time. Everybody knows the storyline with Denny and then Christopher, a guy that's been there so many times. And then whoever that 4th guy may be, they're going to have a storyline too. But, yeah, I think if, 3 JGR cars get in there, it's just how do we execute, not screw it up, truthfully. If we have a 75% chance of going there and winning, like, one of us needs to win it. And, we won there earlier in the year as a company. So, yeah, I think that would be the biggest thing is just how do we put it all together and really put a bow on what of a good season that we've all had.
That's my question to you guys is if Denny or Chase or Christopher Bell, who, if I'm not mistaken, is still very much in the championship for contention in terms of where the points are right now, would it be a JGR choke job if they do not come home with a championship? Similar to how we would have talked about a Penske choke job over the last 3 seasons between Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney. Because it seemingly is that way. Because JGR, like Chase was just saying, JGR has been the best team all season long on every variation of track,
and especially in the playoffs.
Yes,
I mean they took the playoffs by storm. Race 1, race 2. It's just it would be a choke job without question.
I think it's not even close too, because if by some miracle there's a walk-off and Blaney or Logano even gets to Phoenix, I still think that JGR has the upper hand. They've won at Phoenix the last handful of times. Bell won there in the spring. Briscoe got his first career win there, and Denny Hamlin has won there many times in his own right. So, I mean, Denny Hamlin leads the series and wins. Briscoe has been lights out in the playoffs, so it would be a major fumble if I think any of the JGR Toyotas do not win the championship.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have the discussion in about a month and a half when it is a Hendrick driver that ends up winning the championship, or maybe Ryan Blaney wins the championship, and then McLaren goes and screws up and choke jobs the World Drivers' Championship to Max. Bigger choke job, Joe Gibbs Racing or McLaren? But that's a discussion for another day. Okay.
Yeah, Richard, we haven't touched Formula One yet. Can you wait another 30 minutes?
I know. Okay, we'll get back to it. Okay. Chase Briscoe. I screwed up because Cody titled it wrong. So that was your fault, Cody. That wasn't mine. I'm kidding. Here's Chase Briscoe talking about how he was getting some gray hairs, whatever he has left on the head of his.
Yeah, the race was extremely stressful. Yeah, I think I told MRN, like, I don't have very much hair in the first place, but what I had left was going to be gray. It's a miserable feeling, trying to battle, for points and just trying to not get caught up in a wreck. And, yeah, for us to, just have the day that we had. Obviously, I kind of shot ourselves in the foot there at the beginning and, got the speeding penalty, but it just so happened to work out where, we didn't really lose a lot of points to other guys. And then there at the end, I was kind of sick when the caution came out because I felt like I was going to at least finish in the top 5.
He pulls the Sharpies out.
Hey, real quick. Come on.
What?
Four shot, Cody.
Uh-oh.
We've had our share of great times with drivers getting just blown, wasted. And the majority of drivers are friendly, freaking fun drunks. I guarantee Chase Briscoe is a fun drunk. Look at him. Yeah. Remember when Kozlowski won the championship and he had so many freaking Miller Lights? He was drinking that. Man, Chase Briscoe.
Is that when he cut his finger?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
right.
On the beer stein?
Love that. ESPN,
So wait a minute. What about that blip right there with Chase Briscoe? Why did you suddenly think that, oh, yeah, that's the blip that makes me think he's going to be a fun drunk?
Well, because you guys wouldn't let me talk prior to the last freaking soundbite, so I thought I'd throw it in there. We got a break here, Crasher. I want him to win, so I get drunk with Chase.
Okay.
Hashtag drunk with Chase.
Right.
Ooh. Drunk with Chase or balling with Briscoe?
Balling with Briscoe.
Right? You like
Briscoe
that?
beers.
Yeah.
Freak Nation, his name is Rinus Veekay. His wife is a badass. He's an undefeated championship kickboxer and boxer. But more importantly, dude's got himself a new ride in IndyCar. He joins us next. SpeedFreaks Pittsburgh Soul Studios.
SpeedFreaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation. Here's to the Dream Chasers, the glass ceiling breakers, the minivan mothers, the scheduled jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Lowe's knows you want to spend less time shopping and more time on the job site. Bulk savings on trusted brands means big savings and more time on the job. Get up to 25% off select drywall when you buy in bulk. Buy more and save to make sure you're prepared for any job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Selection varies by location.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
And get this, General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation. There we go. Freak Nation. Don't forget, through the end of October, you can get up to $100 back with a MasterCard prepaid card from General Tire when you buy 4 qualifying tires. It stops November 1. Go to GeneralTire.com. 4 qualifying tires from General Tire. Get up to $100 back from the MasterCard prepaid card. Rinus Veekay joins us now. Big moves in the offseason for 2026. But really the big story is his badass wife. Now, SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios. So, Freak Nation, as we were just saying with Rinus, this is the first time here in the Freak Nation. All the pomp and circumstance with you signing with Hunkos Hollinger, thought, why not bring your happy ass here in the Freak Nation and really find out about you here with the Freaks. And there's so much going on with you right now in this silly season or off season. Have you had time to kind of sit back and take in the fact that you've got yourself a new ride, you've got a new boss, you're going to have new team colors? Has it settled in yet?
Oh, yes, it has. It has. It's definitely very exciting, that's for sure. And no, it's great to be driving for Hunkos Hollinger Racing right now. It's been coming for a while, so it's not just it's not something that just popped up. But it's nice to just be able to tell everybody and just not lie in front of their faces.
Yeah. That is actually something I wanted to talk to you about, because I saw you mention that in the announcement of you going to Hunkos Hollinger, that you've been having these talks over the last season, the 2025 season. How in the hell did you keep this a secret? Because there's nothing secretive in the IndyCar paddock, aside from maybe Rossi's baby.
Oh,
yeah, true. That was very secret. But no, we just tried not to look at each other on the race weekends. And yeah, I didn't really go to the team or anything, so just not talk about it and keep it within the family and keep it within 4 walls around me.
Wow.
Hey, can we set the GDAM record straight?
What?
I've been saying Hunkos for 2 years. Is it Hunkos or Junkos?
I think the Argentinians say Hunkos, right?
Yes.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Well, what the hell did the Dutch say?
Junkos, I think.
As long as the Americans don't bastardize it any more than that, okay, good.
Hey, when you were were you in these negotiations? Did you, or when you knew this was happening or getting close to happening, and when you were at the track and seeing each other, did you guys have like a secret handshake or a hand motion, like, "Hey, I see you," just so you just identified each other that we're still talking, we're on good terms?
No, but I'm a terrible winker. I tried to wink, so I'm like walking around like, all right.
Yeah.
How you doing? But yeah, I couldn't really give anything away, that's for sure. Yeah.
That's true. With those big ass eyebrows of yours, it is kind of tough to wink, isn't it?
It is true. Yeah, it's like 2 stashes above my eyes.
Knew we were gonna love this guy coming into Freak Nation. Needless to say, with the 2026 season months away, Now what happens? I know that there's some testing that's going to be coming about that hasn't been announced, but now what happens with you and the new team?
Well, it's a long off season, that's for sure. Everybody knows that. So it's just going to be me, going to the team a lot, working on, how to prepare as well as possible for the season. Have a plan A, B, C, and the whole alphabet basically for every race weekend. And then also, I live 25 minutes from the shop, so we can do pit stop practice every day, and I can learn everybody's names. So really, really get ready for the season. And last year, or the beginning of this year, when I got announced for Dale Coyne Racing, I didn't have any time to do that, and we still had a great season. So it should be pretty quick, and I should get, really molded into the team pretty quickly.
That is such a refreshing thought to have throughout the offseason. You've also been identified through press releases, through articles, through your press conference announcing this move for 2026 and beyond. You've been identified as a leader in a refreshed team that wants to compete at the top level of the sport. What does that define, or how does that define your role in this offseason as well? Are you going to help maybe hire some additional engineers? Are you going to be a part of sponsorship meetings? How much input do you have with your teammate? What is really going to go on as you are a leader of this refreshed team?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, whatever I can do to make this team better is all that comes with the job. So, yes, it is definitely leading the team. How can we make the cars better, but also how can we get the right personnel? And the team already knows really well what they're doing, so I don't want to interfere too much with that. But I've had some experiences in the last years that I can bring to them, and some really interesting people that can also improve the team.
So maybe your actual position is driver, asterisk executive.
Ooh. I would just say, like the team said, lead driver. Driver does more than just driving. It's a really vague name. I drive, but I also, I'm like my own coach within the crew, and I have to, look at film like they do in football. Shouldn't be too hard.
Ooh, that's fascinating.
What about
too.
decisions on other drivers, whether it's Stingray Robb, Connor Daly, or somebody else out there that's looking for a ride? Do you have a say-so in that?
Yes, definitely. There's always the money factor. That's the thing that, of course, I don't have much to say about. But no, definitely about teammates. It is very important. It is for me. It's like my I call it my right hand that helps me and speeds up the process every time. So the better the teammate, better I can be.
Ooh, who was someone you loved battling in Indy next? Or who was someone, ooh, man, this could be the Rinus and Lena show is kind of what I'm leading to.
Left and right Enos. That's how I call it.
Hey!
Yeah.
Oh,
Careful, man. There's kids watching the show. Listen, there's children watching the show.
Enos! Come on.
You're sexualizing this, not me.
Right.
Again, Rinus Veekay joining us here in the Freak Nation, Lucas Oil Studios. Rinus, this is a simple way that I can kind of identify with what you're doing. And this isn't a knock against Dale Coyne, but I will say this, that me being in radio and television for 30, 40 years, I know the difference between a good microphone and a great microphone, or a great camera person and a really shitty camera person. Now that you're in a team that has different gear, different presentation, how do you approach this? Is it like a new toy? Do you feel like you're hopping into a faster situation, something that actually is going to help you improve much more than you had last year?
I would say it's hard to explain it. I would say it's kind of like a software update. Like there's nothing wrong with what I have with Dale Coyne, but I just have a little bit more to play with now when I come to Junkers Hollinger Racing. I think just having a few more people on every job that can give you a bit more simulations and answers to questions.
Now, when you were with Junkers Hollinger the first round and you're winning championships, I don't believe Carmen was a part of the picture. Have you warned them how badass she is?
Yeah, they know. They know. Yeah, she hasn't worked with them yet. That's true. But no, she's already been very welcomed very well into the team. So they're super nice. And even though Carmen punches people, she's also very nice. So yeah, it should be a good one.
Of course, we're talking about Carmen Veekay, who is an undefeated kickboxer, 28-0, and currently in boxing, she is undefeated as well. How in the world do you guys coexist with this massive physical fitness that is going on under your roof?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty awesome, actually. We just have whole foods in-house, and we just eat good stuff all the time. And we just, we want to do something fun. We go to, for example, Laguna Seca, beautiful area. We go for a run to explore. So stuff like that, it's awesome. Like, I don't feel like anybody is holding the other down. We're just pushing each other more every time.
When Carmen gets up there and her weigh-ins, and she's in nothing but her skivvies, and all these damn dudes and people looking at her in her skivvies, what are you doing, man? I don't care about getting your ass kicked, but all these people are looking at your wife and her freaking bra and her panties.
Oh, that's true. But also she's flexing while doing it. So, that makes it a little different.
Hey, what are the lids behind you? What do they signify?
I mean,
The
that's
helmet.
my 2024 helmet.
Okay.
Ben and Jerry style
2024
2024 500 helmet. And that's my 2 from last year. This is my 500 helmet and my full season helmet.
So cool.
Those your bracelets back there?
Those are Carmen's. This is her makeup room. So slash office.
That's awesome.
Yes, there's another part of the commercial. Makeup.
Yes, there we go. Yeah.
Your helmets are in her makeup room?
Yeah, I mean, we have to kind of, we're in an apartment, so we have to merge.
That's badass, though. I kind of like that.
Yep.
Well, buddy, this is awesome. Thank you for doing this, man. This won't be the last time we get you in the Freak Nation.
Right.
We appreciate your humor, and again, hopefully you didn't take offense to some of the questions that we threw at you, buddy.
No, they're all good. They're all good. Thank you. Thanks for
Perfect.
having
Thank
me.
you, guys.
All right, buddy. See you, man.
Bye-bye.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Scheduled Jugglers, and everyday All-Stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Lowe's knows you want to spend less time shopping and more time on the job site. Bulk savings on trusted brands means big savings and more time on the job. Get up to 25% off select drywall when you buy in bulk. Buy more and save to make sure you're prepared for any job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Selection varies by location.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, you know I've always been a fan of Formula One's technology and precision. The first time I stood at the USGP in Indianapolis 20-plus years ago and heard those engines scream, I was hooked. But man, let's get real. The ego, elitism, and at times flat-out arrogance surrounding Formula One has always made it tough to completely wrap my arms around it. And this latest move, Formula One walking away from ESPN and going behind a paywall on Apple TV, that's a cold stone lockout for me. This is the dumbest move since somebody thought it was a good idea to ban refueling. Oh, wait. They actually did. Formula One cracks America, finally builds momentum with Netflix, finally starts converting NASCAR and IndyCar fans, and now they want fans to pay extra just to watch? That isn't growing the sport. It's called gatekeeping it. Apple TV doesn't grow audiences. It shrinks them. Ask Major League Soccer about that. How's that going? Apple never gives out their viewership numbers because they're embarrassed by them. Formula One had a chance to own Sunday mornings in American sports TV, free and accessible on ESPN. Instead, they chose a subscription wall and smaller audience just to pocket another sack of corporate cash. You can dress it up as premium content. Sure, go ahead. But fans see it for what it is. Greed over growth.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Greed over growth, says Kenny Sargent. Do you agree, Suave?
Oh, we're coming to me already. Yeah, he nailed it. I don't have to,
I didn't expect you to say that.
I mean, what do you? I'm not going to snorkel. Like every Formula One fan knows what they just did, and it's like Kenny just said. They took the money. This isn't how you grow your sport. Granted, what they're doing is they are basically playing straight into fans like myself who are going to shell out the $100 a year for Apple TV so they can watch races. And it's a complete mistake. But I mean, I don't want to hear myself talk about it because we know I'm a Formula One snorkel. I'm not the one they're going after. I want to hear from Cole here. I want to know, like, what would Formula One have to do to get you to watch on a weekly basis? And is there any inclination from you here where you're like, maybe I'll try Apple. I'll give Apple TV a chance. I will subscribe. Number one, are you even subscribed to Apple TV now?
I'm not. Mm-mm. I'm not subscribed to Apple TV.
And you're not going to subscribe now that Formula One is on there, right? So
Absolutely
they've
not.
lost you. Have they lost you for good? Are you going to try and get back into the sport?
No way. No way. I have no interest in paying to watch F1. I'm already not invested as it is. I think it's a major blemish on their part to not do what Kenny said and have their races televised on national TV, because, I mean, you're having much more exposure that way for guys and gals like myself that have interest in F1 and can tune in occasionally here and there to get it televised nationally. Now you got to pay to watch it. I'm not paying for Apple TV. And on top of that, if their broadcast team is anything like the MLB broadcast team for these F1 races, they are in big trouble, because that is an awful product as well. So I think Apple brings good insight as far as like stats and analysis and metrics. So I think that aspect will be a big benefit to the sport and people who are big gearheads and stat freaks with F1 and their technology. So it could be good for the hardcore fans, but if you're looking to bring in new eyes, this is not the right move.
Okay, do they have enough eyeballs? Do they really care about bringing in any more? I'm asking that honestly. I know it sounds like a ridiculous question.
From the U.S. perspective, I think they understand that. I think they're kind of reaching their plateau.
Okay.
I don't know if there's much more growth there, to be honest, between that 1.5 million, 2 million, because the races are on so dang early for 75% of the season, and they know that they're reaching that peak. But for Formula One, the biggest difference between Formula One and MLS, because you mentioned MLS, all their games are on Apple, internationally too, if I'm not mistaken. They have the international rights. So the only way you can watch MLS around the world is on Apple. MLS is a niche sport. It is an American niche sport. It is way down the list. Formula One is a worldwide sport. So at the end of the day, they don't care, because if they lose the U.S. market and they lose 2 million viewers here in the United States, they're still going to be making billions of dollars. Yeah. So much so that there's been multiple stories out in the past week about people outside of the sport wanting to come in and buy Haas, wanting to come in and buy Williams, and both of those teams said no. So this sport, and as far as worldwide goes, is still growing. Jeez. And it's becoming, there's more and more money coming into the sport, and that's all they care about. And that's coming from me, who I love the sport of Formula One. I thought today's race at Austin was really fun. I'm super duper excited for what 2026, the new regulations, is going to bring. But yeah, This Apple, I wonder how long it's actually going to last. I don't even know if they're going to make it to the entire 5 years.
What is the contract for?
It's 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 years.
Wow.
And this isn't a white dude, black socks, sandals, short shorts, and a wife beater. Get off my lawn type take. It's just because I have other apps, and the way I take advantage of apps now is I'll subscribe if there's a huge, awesome series on Apple. Bam, a morning show back in the day. We'll buy it for a month, then gone, out of here. Major League Soccer. If you know anything about SpeedFreaks, you know that soccer's my jam. I haven't seen one Major League Soccer game over the last 16 months, however long they've been on Apple TV. And the only time I would see Major League Soccer was when I would stumble on ESPN or Fox, wherever they were. Now, the U.S. men's team, the U.S. women's team, that's a different story. I won't miss that. But when it comes to going to Apple to watch Major League Soccer, no. And I realize I'm not your freaking demo. The demo that you want is 25, 30 years younger than me. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're a fan. That's your favorite sport is soccer.
I'm a younger type style viewer anyway, regardless of my age. I am, frankly. And I appreciate when I appreciate when corporations embrace technology. But I think this has gone too damn far with Formula One. And like Richie said, man, they probably just don't give an S. They don't care.
Because they got their money.
Yeah.
They got
their dough.
Well, hold on, though. They don't give a crap.
They got about $60 million more per year over what ESPN was paying.
Okay, so the immediate money of TV, but they still have 3 races in the U.S. in which 2 of them do not sell out. Austin, because Austin's ticket prices are lower. Austin constantly puts on a damn good show.
Yes.
But Miami, Vegas, aside from year 1 of both, they have struggled mightily. So how long are we in for those races, especially if your fan base is going to go behind a paywall and potentially not be watching anymore? It's a legitimate question.
I think, like, to Richie's point, like, he said it himself. He's going to buy Apple TV regardless because he's an F1 fan. So I think if you're an F1 fan already, it's not going to change much. Like, you're still going to buy and watch these races for the most part. But I do agree with what you said, Kenny, in that they're sort of gatekeeping here and catering to the elitists, which that's part of my, like, drawback from F1. I can't get into it for that reason.
If you're not familiar with Formula One or the history, just punch in the name Bernie Ecclestone. That's all you've got to know about how I have formed my opinion about Formula One. He was the king cretin of all time running Formula One. He was a dude that we don't have enough time for me to frankly get into my disdain for that individual. He's still alive too,
He's
isn't
still
he?
alive, man. He's still alive and kicking.
And who was his daughter dating at one time?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Shane Doan or something?
She had like a $90 million home in friggin' Malibu. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
So again, it's, oh gosh. Cole's their audience. Cody's their audience. Richie's their audience. And we'll see. We will see. I've heard many people talk about that's how they app shop when it comes to shows. They just 1 month, bam, bam, done. That's it.
But you can't app shop a how many race season? 24 race season? 26 race season?
You can.
Can't app shop that?
You have to pick and choose your months.
Yeah. Done it before, I'll do it again, man. Freak Nation. Booyah. So, yeah, Formula One sealing the deal with Apple TV. And I'm not going to get into what I was just about to say because it would dive into a political conversation, and we just don't do that here in the Freak Nation.
I will say they have about 45 million subscribers in the United States, does Apple TV right now. And there's a powerful thing called notifications. I get MLS notifications all the time on my phone to watch games, but I refuse to watch them just because you have to pay extra. So think about that. 45 million people get a push notification to watch Formula One right now. That's a pretty big deal right there on your phone.
Freak Nation, more from your Talladega winner, Chase Briscoe, here in the Freak Nation, and the significance of Evel Knievel's birthday on Friday. We will replay an interview 23 years ago of Evel Knievel coming up next hour. Plus, Cole Cusimano, again, a benefactor of the SpeedFreaks mojo, just like Chase Briscoe. More freaks next.
SpeedFreaks, motorsports radio redefined.
There is less than 1/100th of an inch of motor oil protecting your car's engine. Friction and heat causes engine oil to experience thermal breakdown, weakening its ability to protect the engine and its parts. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer is specially formulated to resist thermal breakdown, protect vital engine parts, and extend the life of your engine. It also stops smoking, knocking, and oil consumption in worn engines. Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. Keep that engine alive.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
SpeedFreaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the glass ceiling breakers, the minivan mothers, the scheduled jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of SpeedFreaks since 2001.
SpeedFreaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Yeah, I think I told MRN, like, I don't have very much hair in the first place, but what I had left was going to be gray.
What was the attraction to Evel with all the moms?
I never have figured that out. I know one thing. There's no aphrodisiac in the world like danger to women. That's just all there is to it.
What are you doing, man? I don't care about getting your ass kicked, but all these people are looking at your wife and her freaking bra and her panties.
Oh, that's true, but also she's flexing while doing it.
Try again.
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios, driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
You know, Freak Nation, for the second hour, I think this came about 2 or 3 weeks ago when Cole Cusimano had no idea that Evel Knievel had joined us here in the Freak Nation within our 25-year history. And it's from 23 years ago that we're going to go back to an interview with Evel Knievel, and I'll tell you why. On Friday afternoon, yeah. Last Friday, Evel Knievel, who died in 2007, Richie, at what age?
He was 69 years old. Nice.
Of course he was.
And he celebrates a birthday with Cody Big Ass Johnson, again, who makes us sound so and look so damn pretty here.
Hey, wait, hold on a second.
Freak TV Network.
Can we go to Cody real quick? Because also quasi-breaking news is somebody else was just born on October 17th.
Okay.
Belonging to the IndyCar and NHRA.
I don't remember their names. It's Courtney and Graham Rahall's child.
There you go.
Fallon.
Courtney Force and Graham Rahal. So now it's Fallon Ruth Rahal.
There you go.
Yes, new baby into the racing community. So there we go.
There we go.
Hey.
There's a guy that described it perfectly. We're done. No, stop.
Hey, how'd that?
You guys getting a little excited here.
We
man.
did.
Evel
We did.
Knievel.
Evel Knievel. How can you not?
And it's all these October 17th birthdays. That's what we were getting excited about. A new one.
Well, he died.
Cody.
He died in October, Crash. Was it? Well, no, hold on a second. No,
No.
he died. No, he died in November. His
Right.
birthday was. Sorry, man.
His birthday's
I just had a brain
October
fart.
17th.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
we are all
Okay.
getting.
Oh my gosh! What the hell's going on here, man?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh! Jesus, man. Also, this hour, Cole Cusimano was kind enough to interview Chase Briscoe, and Chase Briscoe didn't realize it, but I know he does now. It's confirmed that he benefited from the SpeedFreaks mojo with this win Sunday afternoon at Talladega. We'll explain as we watch Cole just kind of stroll through a freaking pumpkin farm and talk to Chase Briscoe coming up here at this hour. But first, Richard C. Suave. We have a couple of more from our good friend Chase Briscoe, a dude who I say would be one of the funnest drunks on the circuit right now.
Yes, we determined that last hour.
Yeah, I found this little nugget earlier from somebody on Twitter whose tweet I was not able to find once again, but we did a little bit of research and we did prove it to be true, which is that Chase Briscoe, if he were to win the championship here in a couple weeks at Phoenix, he would be only the second driver in the history of the ARCA National Series and the NASCAR Cup Series to win both of those championships. The only previous driver to do it was Benny Parsons. That's it.
In what year?
19.
Keep going.
60.
Yep.
69?
Nice.
Was 1969. Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
A lot of 69s here in the Freak Nation tonight.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
So Chase Briscoe he's one of those guys that have come up through the circuit, right? He didn't really have too much success at Stewart Haas. He only had a couple of wins. He was taking over from one of the greatest of all time, future Hall of Famer Martin Truex Jr., former champion, into the 19 car, got up to kind of an okay start in that car, and he finally found his way now into the championship four. So here is Chase Briscoe talking about how he got himself into the championship four and if he ever expected that would happen.
But yeah, it's rewarding now that it's actually been done, and satisfying for sure. But yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel like we were capable of doing it. And that's why I said even what I said at the beginning of the year, if I don't go win, I'm never going to get hired again because the expectation is you have to go to JGR and win. And if you can't win in a JGR car, why would anybody hire you for another team? So yeah, glad that I've been able to, I feel like, prove my worth. And to be in the championship four is a huge accomplishment in itself. Obviously we want to go and win the championship, but to be one of those elite guys is a pretty special feeling.
What did he say? First hour, we went off on Ty Gibbs a little bit. He just said, if you can't win in a JGR car, you can't win at all. Guess who hasn't won in a JGR car?
Yikes. Great point, Crash.
So, hey, Ty Gibbs, greatest teammate ever. Thank you for pushing me to the win. But by the way, if you can't win in a JGR car, what are you doing? Oh. Oops. Talking out of both sides of his mouth right there.
Mm-hmm. And I love seeing this arc for Chase Briscoe in his Cup career because he had so much talent. You could tell, obviously, in the Xfinity Series, winning all these races, contending for a championship out at Phoenix in that series. Now he's going to do it in the Cup Series. But Richie mentioned it. He got off to a bit of a rough start in 2025. He has been unbelievable since getting that first win back in June at Pocono. Since then, 17 starts. I got some cold hard stats here. You know that.
Copy.
3 total wins. His third win today marked his series-leading 15th top 5 in the series. 4 runner-ups, 7 top 5s, 11 top 10s in that 17-race stretch since getting that win at Pocono. In the playoffs, got the 2 wins, 5 top 5s, top 10 in all but 1 race, a lowest finish of 14th, and a 5.6 average in those 8 playoff races. So this team has been competing on a different level. They've got a ton of poles as well, leading the series in that area. So the sky's the limit in 2025 for this team. And going forward, I'm so excited for his future.
Holy cow.
I just want to get drunk with Chase, man. Hashtag ballin' with Briscoe. Highballing with Briscoe.
Oh, okay.
I wonder what his drink of choice is. I mean, he's from what? Was it Mitchell, Indiana?
Mitchell, Indiana, yes. Or as if you want to believe NASCAR-casm, just because we love NASCAR-casm on this show, who doesn't love NASCAR-casm?
Right.
He put a very bearded and very, very hairy version of Chase Briscoe up on Twitter on Sunday and said, yes, this Amish driver from Napanee, Indiana, Chase. You know what? I'm doing it no justice. It's funny. Go to NASCAR.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Richie, one more before we go to break from our good friend Chase Briscoe, who I want to get hammered with.
Yeah, we've played everything from Chase so far.
Are we good?
Yeah, we played everything from him. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now here's one for you, Freak Nation. We've got Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe. They are sealed for the championship run in Phoenix. Now we got Martinsville coming up there. Cole Cusimano.
Yes, we are.
What do your hacks there at the Money Stop, what are they saying about who the probability of those other 2 drivers will be?
It's shaping up to be quite the elimination battle because of the 4 drivers below the cutoff, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, William Byron, Chase Elliott, all 4 have won at Martinsville. It is very possible that, first off, Christopher Bell or Kyle Larson will make the championship 4. They're up 36, 35 points respectively above the cutoff. But Ryan Blaney has the best chance to walk this thing off. He's won the last 2 playoff races at Martinsville to get his way into the championship 4. Leads the series, 19 starts, 8.5 average finish. Going back to 2019, no finish worse than 11th in 13 starts, and the best average finish in the next gen at 4.6. But his teammate, Joey Logano, the reigning champion, is the only driver in this current car with top 10s in all 7 next gen starts at Martinsville. So it's wide open, wide open.
So it could be Penske, Gibbs, Hendrick.
Yeah. It very
Up
well
to those
could be
4.
3 JGRs and a Hendrick.
No, I'm
Penske,
sorry. I
you
meant
know.
for those last 2 spots.
Yeah.
You're looking at 2 Penske guys that are extremely capable. You're looking at Larson from Hendrick because he's got such a cushion, and then Bell, the other JGR teammate.
Who's been great this year, too.
Yes.
You know, we knock the Gen 7 car often, and we're not the only ones. But if you watched the Xfinity Series race, it was the 1-lane train for the entire damn race. However, for the Cup race, with the Gen 7 car, we had 3, sometimes 4 wide, which to me is much more entertaining than, again, the 1-lane train. Did I just make that up?
I think you did.
Yeah, a 1-lane train. What about you 3? Same thing?
I don't like a 1-lane train.
Right.
No.
Okay.
I was in.
That just happened. What are you guys laughing at?
Nothing.
What are you laughing at, Cole?
Nothing. No.
Nothing.
What's the problem here?
You better get it off
Yeah,
of me.
it's all good. I'm not going to say anything.
This is radio. and
Whose
TV.
face is more red, Richie or Cole?
I'm red. Oh, I don't know.
Do you like a 3-lane train?
I didn't say that. I said I don't like a 1-lane train.
I'd rather have a 3-lane train. Oh, my
Help.
goodness.
Help.
Ew.
It's been a week.
It's
It's been
your
a
ass,
weekend.
Freak
It's
Nation. Boy, that topic of 3-lane trains and single-lane trains really grew into a big debate there, didn't it, between the 4 of us?
Speaking of which, let me take us out of the gutter.
45 seconds.
Oh, shoot. Congratulations to Austin Hill. This guy is like
Yes!
truly one of the greatest of all time on super speedways. Didn't he not sweep all 3 stages on Saturday, Cole? He
Yep.
won all 3
Yep.
stages, just complete and utter dominance. And unfortunately for him, he would have been in the championship 4 if not for being a dumbass over the summer and getting all of his playoff points taken away.
You talking about the Brickyard?
Yeah. Yep. Impressive stuff from Austin Hill.
Extremely.
He had a good race today, too, for the most part. He was running
did.
the front there a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
10 draft and track wins.
Freak Nation, the SpeedFreaks mojo is real. Cole Cusimano caught up with Chase Briscoe before this Talladega win at a pumpkin farm. That's right. Breaking news, Freak Nation. Chase Briscoe rides a freaking roller coaster and gets scared S-less with Cole Cusimano, maybe. That's next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
Lowe's knows you want to spend less time shopping and more time on the job site. Bulk savings on trusted brands means big savings and more time on the job. Get up to 25% off select drywall when you buy in bulk. Buy more and save to make sure you're prepared for any job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Selection varies by location.
Hey, listen, are you a 50-year-old person looking for term life insurance? Then you need to talk to Bob. Bob specializes in helping people find $1 million or more of term life insurance for a couple of $100 a month. Look, you need to know there's a price war in the term life insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call Bob, and he'll shop and see how much money he can save you. Look, this could be the last term life insurance policy you ever have. Your rates are guaranteed for the next 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rates for the next 20 years. And if you're a smoker or your health is not perfect, Bob has great rates for you too. So for $1 million of term life insurance coverage for a couple of $100 a month, call Bob right now. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. That's 800-890-5075. Paid for by Term Direct.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, lucasoil.com. Great website to check out, man. Going to get into those winter months. Make sure you have the right products inside your ride, Freak Nation. Go to lucasoil.com. Keeps those rides wintertime specifically fat and happy. Go to lucasoil.com. Cole Cusimano, again, showing Chase Briscoe how you and Speed Freaks helped Chase Briscoe to this win this afternoon. Chase, or what's your name? Cole, how's it going?
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gracious enough to give Chase Briscoe my time to help him vault his way into the championship for this win at Talladega. So I caught up with Chase Briscoe out here in Arizona at Schnepp Farms. We were riding roller coasters, drinking some apple cider. I can confirm, actually, Kenny, that he would be a awesome guy to have a drink with because it was great. It was a great time out there.
Did he get crap-faced?
He didn't get crap-faced. No, it was a family-friendly function, but he was a fun time to hang out with. Anyway.
He knows his apple cider.
He definitely does, yes. We caught up there, talked about the championship coming out here to Phoenix for one last time for now. Talked about more horsepower, his progression from race number 1 in Daytona to now in the playoffs and how they've been able to improve their program and be legitimate championship contenders coming down to the end of the season here. So here's Chase Briscoe with me out at Schnepp Farms in Arizona. Freak Nation, Cole Cusimano here with Chase Briscoe having some fall fun out at Schnepp Farms. Chase, I got to ask you, signing some autographs for fans. I saw you sign a Labubu, riding roller coasters out here. What was crazier, signing a Labubu or riding the roller coaster?
Probably riding the roller coaster. It was, that thing was surprising. It doesn't look like it's got that big of a drop, but it kind of gets you. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. This place is awesome. I was telling the owners that when we come back for the race and bring my kids, I'm definitely going to have to come out here. There's a lot to do.
Very nice. Congratulations on making it to the round of 8. What are the vibes like for you and the 19 team as you take on Vegas, Talladega, and, of course, Martinsville as the cutoff race?
I think for us, there's a ton of focus, obviously, on Vegas, just knowing that Talladega and Martinsville are, looming there the next 2 weeks. But yeah, I think for us, it's just not doing anything different than what we've really done the last couple months. I mean, arguably, we've been kind of one of the best cars, and the hard part is now that you're in the final 8, all those other 7 guys are extremely good too, and it's kind of hard to separate yourself. So, yeah, I think for us, we know that we're probably going to need to win a race, and that comes down to obviously bringing speed to the racetrack, which we've been able to do, but at the end of the day, it comes down to executing with it. So, yeah, just trying to do what we've truthfully kind of done this whole playoffs and see if it's enough.
What's been the difference maker for you and this team? Because you guys got off to a little bit of a rough start. Now you're putting it all together. Like you said, one of the best teams so far in the playoffs. Just what's been the, I guess, difference maker for you guys?
Yeah, I think just at the beginning of the year, just, with a new team and new manufacturer and just new processes, it was a lot, and I didn't do a very good job, really up to the Coke 600 of just understanding how to drive these new race cars. And kind of seemed like at, Charlotte, everything just started to click and come together and make sense. And really from that moment on, we've been really, really strong. So, yeah, we would have flashes here and there, those first 10, 12 races of the year, but never any consistency. And then now that I kind of have an understanding of how these cars drive, we've seen that translate over in qualifying and even in the races too. So, yeah, it just took a little bit of time to get used to it, but feel really comfortable right now.
A lot of poles, a lot of speed. Speaking of speed, we got some big news. More horsepower finally in 2026. What are your thoughts on that? How do you think it's going to impact the competition level next year?
I think it's definitely, a great decision. More power is just going to make the tires wear out quicker and all those things. So it'll definitely put a little bit more back in the driver's hands. It'll be interesting to see, what 750 feels like versus, 670, 680, whatever we're at now. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of a difference, but I don't know because I haven't ran it yet. So, yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to doing it at some of these really wore-out racetracks, like in Iowa or, I saw Darlington was even on the list, which that's exciting. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun just to kind of get out there, and it'll really kind of reset the field, I think, a little bit. I'm glad it's kind of like this with the big three have kind of ran away, right? And I think, just having something new will certainly, make it where it's a little bit of a question mark for all the teams, and it'll, kind of reflip the field, I think, for a little bit.
Maybe some more parity again. As a driver, do you want more? Is this enough with this car? Do you want to see some more changes?
I don't know. I think, honestly, the racing's been good. I would say the mile-and-a-half stuff's obviously been unbelievable. The short tracks with the new tires have been really, really good, too. And, the road courses outside of SVG, second on back has been great. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it'll definitely, add to just better racing. But it's not like that all we have right now, I don't feel like is bad at all. So, yeah, it'll just be interesting to kind of see how it plays out.
I got to ask, we're out here in Phoenix, Arizona, obviously. Championship's going to be here currently for one last time, but we'll be back in the future. What are your thoughts on Phoenix being the championship race? How has it been for you guys in the Cup Series?
Yeah, I think, Phoenix definitely puts on better racing than I think sometimes it gets credit for. A lot of the time the racing has been really good. I mean, you look at the spring race, it was basically a photo finish between Bell and Denny. So, yeah, I think it has all the potential to be really, really good race. The hard part about this place, I feel like, is just it's so short of a race. 312 laps is really short, so it's just hard if something happens to you to kind of get back through the field. But, yeah, I think Phoenix has really kind of aged into its own. That resin or whatever they put down a couple years ago is kind of wore out, and we can kind of run wherever right now. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm biased because Homestead's one of my favorite racetracks, so I'm excited that's going there. But I have really honestly enjoyed racing at Phoenix. It's where I got my first Cup win. So it's a place I'm at least confident coming to. And, yeah, looking forward to, hopefully being a part of the championship for one last time. But if not, I'm sure it'll be a good race.
You mentioned it right there. You got your first Cup win at Phoenix. You also made the championship four in the Xfinity Series here. So what makes Phoenix Raceway a good championship track for the Cup Series and in general for NASCAR?
Yeah, I think just, it does have a little bit of everything. The restarts are obviously crazy and just chaotic. But it is a short track, and it's kind of an intermediate. It's kind of like a hybrid racetrack, so you kind of get a mix of both. And, yeah, I do think that, especially, like I said, the last couple years as the track's wind out, it's gotten to be pretty racy, more than it was 5-6 years ago. So it's kind of turned into a really good championship race. The area is obviously unbelievable this time of year, and just the facility itself is, one of the nicest we go to, and it's always sold out too. So just the environment that, Phoenix Raceway presents is always a lot of fun, and, yeah, hopefully, can be a part of that championship four again.
Finally, why can we expect to see you and the 19 team competing in the championship four at Phoenix Raceway? What sets you guys apart from the rest?
Well, I think our speed is one thing that's certainly been, unique to a lot of the other guys in the field, especially in qualifying, right? We get to start up front a lot, and that allows you to get stage points and get a good pit stall selection and things like that. So I think that's one of our strong suits. So hopefully that'll set us apart. And, yeah, I think for us, from a momentum standpoint and, even just points in the playoffs, I don't think anybody scored more than us. We've been really, really strong. Just with these resets every round, it just kind of kills us because of what we were talking about earlier with, just taking that kind of first half of the season to understand the cars. We kind of got into playoff point deficits. So, yeah, we got some work to do. It's crazy how tight the field is from really the leader all the way to 7th. You know, Joey's 10 back of me, but yeah, it's kind of anybody's race right now. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what these next 3 weeks look like.
It is real, Freak Nation. SpeedFreaks mojo is for real. I can give you a line of drivers that can't wait to come in here. Ron Capps, NHRA Funny Car Champion, he's always at the door knocking, going, bro, let me in, man. It's a SpeedFreaks mojo. Greg Anderson was the last one that benefited from SpeedFreaks mojo crasher. Is that right?
Yeah. In person on the weekend in St. Louis.
Yeah, Chase Briscoe moving on, man, to Phoenix, baby. And be sure you listen and watch the Money Stop, which drops on Fridays on our official SpeedFreaks on YouTube, 7 o'clock Eastern, where Cole Cusimano and his Steven will have insight to who they think will be moving on from Martinsville there, Skipjack.
That's right. Should be a fun one.
Right. Speaking of your brother, who does Evel Knievel coming up in about 7 minutes. Speaking of your brother, who does play-by-play for farm team for the Yankees. I'd love to hear his take on this. I was trying to think of anything. What's the significant? What does what happened last night in Major League Baseball? Is there anything like that in motorsports where Shohei Ohtani pitches 6 scoreless innings, Crasher, 10 strikeouts, and cracked 3 home runs?
Whoa.
If you follow this guy's career, it's a surprise, but it's not a surprise, given this guy is just a man beast. First pitcher in baseball history to hit a leadoff home run in the postseason or regular season. I'd be curious to hear what your brother thinks about this. And anybody in baseball, anybody in sports.
He's very in tune with it. So he has some opinions for sure. And he'll be here, actually, I think next week or the week after. Whatever Halloween week is, he'll be here. So maybe we could bring him in the Freak Nation.
Yeah.
He's going to the track with us, isn't he?
Exactly. Yeah.
I have an Ohtani conspiracy theory, but we don't have time to get into that.
Bet?
No, let's don't.
Speaking of bets, you guys, before the end of the show, need to settle this ratings bet. What's going to rate higher, Talladega, NASCAR, or F1 Austin? You have to settle this bet.
I got an idea, and we'll do that in the last segment. Okay. Freak Nation coming up next. 23 years ago, the one and only Evel Knievel joined us here in the Freak Nation. We will hear this interview coming up next. It's something that a lot of you have requested. Cole Cusimano, who I think was 6 at the time when this came out, was curious why we haven't aired it. Well, damn it, we're going to. And it's next. SpeedFreaks Pits and Lucas Oil Studios.
SpeedFreaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
Lowe's knows you want to spend less time shopping and more time on the job site. Bulk savings on trusted brands means big savings and more time on the job. Get up to 25% off select drywall when you buy in bulk. Buy more and save to make sure you're prepared for any job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Selection varies by location.
Hey, listen, are you a 50-year-old person looking for term life insurance? Then you need to talk to Bob. Bob specializes in helping people find $1 million or more of term life insurance for a couple of $100 a month. Look, you need to know there's a price war in the term life insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call Bob, and he'll shop and see how much money he can save you. Look, this could be the last term life insurance policy you ever have. Your rates are guaranteed for the next 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rates for the next 20 years. And if you're a smoker or your health is not perfect, Bob has great rates for you too. So for $1 million of term life insurance coverage for a couple of $100 a month, call Bob right now. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. That's 800-890-5075. Paid for by Term Direct.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, now through the end of October, you can get up to $100 back with a MasterCard prepaid card from General Tire. Buy 4 qualifying General Tires. And yeah, man, $100 back with a MasterCard prepaid card. More information? Go to the website. SpeedFreaks, nope. Go to the website, generaltire.com. That's generaltire.com. Coming up in just moments, 23 years ago, Evel Knievel joined us on the phone here in the Freak Nation as we celebrate 25 years. But before we get into that, 4-shot Cody, congratulations to our good friend Crasher. Go ahead and hold that up.
Oh, yes. Ryan Vargas.
Yeah.
El Toro Loco.
That's exactly what a monster truck sounds like. Cody, where did he win?
Spokane, Washington.
All right. That is so badass.
His debut in monster trucks. You guys know him from NASCAR. You know him. Didn't he do a little sports car racing as well? Mm-hmm. But he made his debut. He was so stoked to be a Monster Jam driver. And in his debut, he takes the dub.
It's badass.
One of the good guys of motorsports.
Yes.
He consistently outperforms his equipment and just makes the most of all of his opportunities. Great dude.
He creates his opportunities,
Correct.
which is something younger individuals could learn from. He creates them, man. Mm-hmm. Like that guy. He's been in the Freak Nation a couple times. All right, man. 23 years ago, Evel Knievel joined us here in the Freak Nation, and it all started when Cole Cusimano was surprised that we actually had Evel Knievel here in the Freak Nation.
Because we were talking about birthdays last week, and it was Evel Knievel's birthday on Friday.
On Friday. Celebrates the same day as our good friend Cody Big Ass Johnson.
Yeah. Yes. And also Graham Rahal and Courtney Force's brand new baby born on October 17th.
So we figured, why not, man? There's some of you. I think Big Glenn actually wanted to hear this as well. Really? We'll get it on there.
That's a big get, man.
Yeah. This is Evel. All right, Freak Nation, he died at 69 years old. Nice. But his birthday, of course, is on Friday, the 17th of October. Here's a good 6-7 minutes of about a 20-minute interview of Evel Knievel, and just enjoy this. Sit back and enjoy this. It's Evel here, the Freaks.
There's a guy that described him perfectly. He was a high school dropout, an award-winning athlete, a petty thief, a motorcycle racer, a political activist, but damn it, he's one of the most unique heroes to earn a place in the collective psyche of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the Freak Nation, Evel Knievel. Evel, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I am, and if I lose you, my phone might drop a call. You call me back.
You bet, partner. Evel, today is my mother's birthday, and
Happy birthday, Mother.
There you go. She was the one. I owe this entire Speed Freaks motorsports empire to my mom and my dad. My dad was the guy that took me out to see the Daredevil shows and the motocross and the drags and so forth. But it was Mom that took me to see you at the Dallas Convention Center back in, I believe, in 1971 or 72.
In Dallas?
Dallas Convention Center.
Yeah, I jumped there. The floor, I remember the floor. It was slick as snot.
tell me I wasn't drunk as a 10-year-old. You went by on us at the time. It was like a three-wheeler with a jet rocket on it. At the time, that was going to be the Snake River motorcycle. Is that true?
Well, that's about all I had to work with at the time till I found a real engineer, this Bob Truex. He built me a rocket that would try and get across there, no wings on it, just a three-wheel rocket that I'd take off on. But that was a jet bike. Yeah, I rode it in that Dallas Coliseum. I remember that. What
was the attraction to Evel with all the moms?
I never have figured that out. I know one thing. Aphrodisiac. There's no aphrodisiac in the world like danger to women. That's just all there is to it.
Mr. Knievel, can I call you Evel? This is Lugner.
Yeah, call me anything you want.
I'm never nervous. I'm a little bit nervous right now. Really, I'm not nervous, but I had to ask anyway because I want to be polite. Because you are, I heard Michael Jordan is like the Evel Knievel of the NBA. The hell with that other stuff.
Michael Jordan's got the spirit. You know, there are people in life that have the spirit. I hadn't had the spirit since about 1980 because I've been kind of shell-shocked for all them trucks and buses I hit on that motorcycle.
Listen, buddy, these new guys that are out there, they would never have even thought about doing any of that crap if it weren't for you. Do you think they're giving you enough of the respect as, like, the godfather of the greatest freaking, thrill show on the planet?
Well, I think that a younger person wanting to do what they saw somebody do is the greatest compliment in the world. They could pay the older person. I consider it quite a compliment. I think my son Robbie is probably one of the best the best motorcycle performer in the world. You ever remember a kid named Jim Pomeroy that raced motocross?
Big time.
He was the first American that ever won a Grand Prix in Europe. Yeah, well, guess who taught him how to ride a motorcycle? I did.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
John, you're on with Evel Knievel and the Speed Freaks. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Mr. Knievel. Remember me?
Hello there. John who?
John Hood in the bottom of the canyon.
Hey, John boy, how are you?
1975.
Wow.
Yeah, 1974, John.
Oh, I missed it by a year, but I'm old.
Well, you never were too sharp, John. How the hell are you doing?
I'm retired, living in California, where you left me.
One of you two have to explain what's going on here. Who picked who up off of? John says it was a canyon, and you said it was a floor in London.
Well, John worked for me for quite some time. He's a very nice guy. We became friends. I met him in New Jersey, and he's a very nice guy. He helped drive my equipment, and we had some great times together. And he came out to the canyon jump, but there was so much commotion going out there with all those people, and that rocket shot across that thing, went in the bottom. We all went back to the motel and had a press conference and everything, left poor John down there in the bottom of the canyon.
Oh. Hey, Evel, I've got a book in my hands written by Ace Collins.
Yes.
Well, he was talking about in here about growing up in Butte. It was a tough town to grow up in. There were pimps and whores and gamblers, and you grew up kind of hanging around those guys. Is that true?
I worked there for when I was 17, 18, a mile underneath the ground, the Kelly Shaft. I was a copper and gold and silver miner.
You a man-whore.
What about all these pimps and whores and gamblers he was talking about?
They were all over the place there. There were 500 whores working on one square block, and my grandpa had a tire shop right in the middle of all of them.
But they had pimps and whores it wasn't in a big city like Detroit or New York?
125,000. We had a bigger Chinatown than Boston and San Francisco put together. Butte, Montana at one time was the greatest western town on the face of the earth.
The city is fat.
What happened?
Miners.
Oh, yeah.
Mine companies. They rape and strip and plunder land. They leave it lay. They take all the richness from it, just leave it.
You see, Evel, that's kind of how it is here in the Freak Nation. And I understand that you growing up as a kid, you actually grew up with your grandparents. Is that true?
Yeah, my mother and dad were divorced and kind of disappeared on me, but my grandma and grandpa raised me ever since I was about a year old. They were my mother and dad. They were my mammy and pappy. I know I drove them crazy, but they're watching over me. They're still watching over me.
Yeah, jumping over crap would drive them crazy. Were you like 2 when you first started jumping over things, or what?
No, I rode a little tricycle away from the house when I was about 5. It scared them to death. They didn't find me for about 3 hours.
Awesome.
Man, he's already.
Okay, baby,
hey,
we're done.
how did you like the portrayal of you with George Hamilton in the movie?
I think he did a great job. I don't really care too much for George. I tried my best to help him. Had an attitude of being kind of a pussy or a reputation. But I did what I could for George. Sam Elliott did a great picture, and they're making a new one right now, Universal. It's a $70 million picture. It's about my canyon jump, and there's a great actor going to play it. He's a hell of a man. I know him personally. His name is Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, and he's hot,
There's
too.
news right there.
Yeah.
He's going to play my part, and they're going to start produce that picture immediately.
In the movie, Evel, George Hamilton rode up into the sorority and knocked down the door with...
No, he didn't do that. I did it.
Okay. You actually did that? You rode in the sorority house and knocked down that door, and the chick was in the tub?
That was my wife, Linda. I took her out. I was married to her for 38 years. She's the most wonderful gal in the world. She's the mother of my children. Hi there, this is the number one badass in America, Evel Knievel. You are listening to the Bastard Children and the show, The Speed Freaks.
That's right. They can kiss our ass, right, Evel?
Exactly right.
Wow. Wow.
Let that resonate.
That is incredible.
Huh. Wow.
What do you say?
Speechless.
You
don't
just
say.
drop a mic and just end it. Again, that was 23 years ago. How old were you, Cole?
I was, 6. 6.
Oh, you were. Whoa. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
That interview is about 20, 25 minutes long. In fact, my mom called in. I think he hit up on Mom on the air, too.
I think so. Wait a minute, though. Hold on. So we're talking about the year 2002, and we were still just a 1-hour show, right? So that was a 25-minute interview on a 1-hour show.
I'm not sure. Regardless, it was. Yeah. I mean, it's Evel Knievel. You feel the whole freaking hour with the bastard, man.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
And I know that we tried to get him on the week before, but something happened with, again, this is cell phones 23 years ago, and he was in, again, Butte, Montana, hanging out with
Gibbs and Horse.
I gotta say, I was very impressed. He was in his early 60s when you guys recorded this with him.
Yeah.
He has all of his wits about him. He was he knew like all the stuff from back in the day. Very sharp. You would think a guy that gets in all these wrecks and banged up that much that he wouldn't really be, all there. But he was great conversation.
Look on his wiki page real quick. How many bones did he break?
Oh.
Ooh,
it was triple digits, 100 and something bones that the guy broke in with all these jumps, man. It was
bones broken. All right.
Oh my God.
433. And that guy's putting together perfect sentences and reminiscing at 60 years old with you guys. That's so cool.
Evel was talking about a possible movie there, which I don't think ever happened with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
But, however, I just looked this up. There is a movie in the works from Paramount to be directed by Damien Chazelle of La La Land fame. Evel Knievel goes on tour, is still in the works at Paramount, despite Leonardo DiCaprio dropping out. Oh. And one of the guys is attached to star, however, maybe not as Evel Knievel, is Glenn Powell.
Oh, let's go.
Dude.
That's going to be awesome.
So that should be a fun movie. It's allegedly it's like a movie that's set in 1974 and takes place like over just 1 year of his life instead of a straight biopic. So it'll be fun. Hey, maybe the SpeedFreaks can show up in a cameo.
Yep.
There we go.
Dude, we are, like he said, the bastard children.
I saw him jump at Green Valley Raceway, which was also part of the ABC Wide World of Sports. I think I was 10. Green Valley Raceway in Dallas. All right, Freak Nation, when we continue, what the hell did I say we're going to do last segment?
We got some not much motorsports. We got some fun stuff we can talk about.
All right, that's how we roll. More Freaks next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Schedule Jugglers, and everyday All-Stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
General Tire is back with savings when you buy a new set of General Tires.
All you got to do is purchase a set of 4 qualifying General Tires, and then you get a General Tire prepaid MasterCard for $100 back in your pocket to spend for the holidays.
And when you do purchase that new set of General Tires, they got you covered for that wet fall travel and that snow travel in winter when you're headed to Grandma's.
For all the details on how to get that $100 prepaid MasterCard back in your pocket, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freak Nation.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Lowe's knows you want to spend less time shopping and more time on the job site. Bulk savings on trusted brands means big savings and more time on the job. Get up to 25% off select drywall when you buy in bulk. Buy more and save to make sure you're prepared for any job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Selection varies by location.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Racer Network.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Chase Briscoe with big Talladega win, Freak Nation, and Evel Knievel just joined us here in the Freak Nation. If you missed any of the show, be sure to check us out at speedfreaks.tv. You can download that big fat podcast, which is something that we've been doing since 2004. Now, everybody's got a freaking podcast. We've been doing this for freaking 20-plus years, Freak Nation, where you could go to our website and actually download our show 20 years ago. Who would have thought? Also with the show, we had Rinus Veekay, IndyCar Series pilot, moving to Humpday Hollinger Racing for 2026. But again, the big story is his badass girlfriend, kickboxer, boxing. Is he not a boxing champion yet, Crasher?
No, she just started last year. She had her first two bouts in the ring, boxing, not kickboxing. She was undefeated in kickboxing, 28-0. Now she's got 2 fights under her belt, literally, for boxing in general, and another one coming up, I believe. So she's brand new in that realm, but also undefeated.
And we would be remiss if we didn't get out of a show without saying happy freaking birthday to the one and only Crash Mahone Gladys.
Mahone, baby. I got chocolate cake.
Yeah, you got chocolate cake, man.
Can we just talk about what a birthday weekend it was? Broncos winning, going into the fourth quarter, 19-0, and they come out winning.
Will you hold that, please?
33-32. And then my Hoosiers. Oh, hi, we're number 2 in the country. Oh, basketball school. Not anymore.
There you go. Can I say this about sports, too? It's our daughter, Henley, we went to go watch her good friend, Olivia, play volleyball Saturday night. And, again, the Texas-Kentucky game's coming down to overtime. Texas and Kentucky coming down. Don't get me going on this. But I'm going to make a point here. I'm walking into this volleyball game in this YMCA gymnasium with my headset in, listening to the game. Henley's got the other earpiece in, listening to the game.
No way.
But my point is this, is sports gives us reason to continue to watch. Certain sports gives us reasons to continue to watch. And whether you're a football, baseball, basketball fan, I mean, the Dodgers, we were just talking about them with Shohei Ohtani, what he did Saturday night as well. We got to be careful what we do with NASCAR and the playoff system. Richie, you know, Statman, who's part of our 25 years, one thing that he continued to hammer home was it's got to matter who wins. Mm-hmm. And whether it's the Texas Longhorns or IU or the Dodgers, regardless, it's got to matter who wins and why they win. So I'm just hoping that we just don't get so far ahead of ourselves here with changing up this point system, playoff point system with NASCAR, that we lose sight of really it matters who wins when it comes to sports.
It's a really good point. Again, shortening the season would help. Each one of those races would mean more. Their wins would mean more to an overall championship. But yeah, you're right. Right now, each individual playoff race matters, regardless if you like it as a 10-race schedule of playoffs, regardless if you like cutoff races, each race matters. When some of that goes away, how is that going to demean the overall championship in the perception of not long-term racing?